I like to subscribe to all that. You know what time it is. Netflix time. This movie's called The Adam Project. Spoiler alert. Let's just get it.
So we start off with this guy flying in space. Apparently he stole a jet and they're trying to shoot him down. By the way, this is the year 2050. Before he gets shot down, he makes a wormhole and escapes his chaser. Then we get to the year 2022. This little kid by the name of Adam Reed. He gets chased by some bullies and ends up getting his ass whipped. His mom Ellie has to come get him out of school, and apparently it's blamed on him for talking shit. It was just bullies picking on him for no reason. So it's basically just Ellie and Adam living together in a house, and their dog too. So apparently what happens to his dad, Lewis, he ended up dying in a car accident, and Adam spends his time playing video games. Then all of a sudden the power goes off at the house. Now at this point it's just him and the dog there. His mom went out on a date. So they go do some investigation. Adam looks up and spots all this sparkly fire flying out. So we're like, okay, where the hell is that coming from? Adam hears noises and starts running. Oh yeah, he's got asthma too, as you can see with his inhaler. So he goes into the shed and he finds this guy. That's the same guy that was flying in a spaceship. So apparently when he was making this escape, he got shot in his stomach and he's hurt pretty bad. And he basically came here to get some first aid supplies. So Adam's wondering, like we're wondering, what the fuck is he doing here? So when they was talking, this guy slips up and says his name. So of course Adam is like, yo, how the fuck you know my name? So long story short, this guy is Adam from the future. He is literally looking at himself right now. Now I know right off the bat, you're thinking about time travel, right? People from the future can't see themselves because you're thinking somehow it's going to alter the timeline and alter their realities, right? Yeah, good. Now they were clear on that. So now apparently he's got to go back to his ship. He says he wasn't even supposed to be here. He was supposed to land in the year 2018. So he presses this button on his jacket. So yeah, the reason the fire was coming down was because his ship was landing on top of the trees. It was an incognito. Incognito, you know what I was trying to say. So the thing is, the ship recognizes him through his DNA, but because he's badly injured, he can't repair the ship because it won't recognize him. But it does recognize young Adam because they're literally the same person. So he's got to help fix the ship. So he helps him do that and it's going to repair itself in about an hour or two. And then he goes back in the shed, he's going to get some sleep. He tells young Adam, obviously, not to tell his mom Ellie about anything. You know, because you don't want him altering time, right? But then you're interacting with each other, you know what, never mind. Then he's looking at pictures of his phone, this lady named Laura. Laura is apparently his wife in the future. So is that why he's going back to 2018? What took place to where he has to go back? Anyway, mom comes back home from her date. This guy by the name of Derek, who's actually one of Ellie's co-workers. But Adam ain't having none of that shit. Next day, Adam's patching himself up and tells him a little bit more about time travel. More than he really should, honestly. He tells him to wear some of Dad's clothes, which apparently Ellie was still hanging on to. The accident happened about a year and a half ago. So now they're going to get some supplies. He's got on his dad's jacket. Oh. So while future Adam's in the store, young Adam approaches and finds himself facing the bullies once again. So Adam gives him some lessons to defend himself, but he ends up getting his ass whipped and running home. And then we get some classic lines from older Adam. And his threats are very intimidating, especially to a little kid. But you know how Ryan Reynolds pulls it off, it's priceless. Later on, he drops off young Adam in the house. He goes to a bar, which happened to be the same bar his mom rolls up in. He has this talk about moms and kids. And you're thinking to yourself for a slight second, she might know who this person is. But before she can figure it out, Adam dips off. Oh, we got another ship here, and this chick by the name of Maya is looking for Adam, along with a subordinate, Tachi. And she got a gang of niggas ready to give the business to him. So while Adam and young Adam are back at the house, Adam senses danger. But how? Apparently he had this orb that senses danger, but it actually becomes a smoke gun, a smoke bomb or something like that. Apparently them niggas use camouflage too. They get a big fight and they corner him. And right before Tachi, Maya, and the squad about to get him done, and I got confused at this part because I'm thinking to myself, if they really wanted Adam dead, they could have just tried to kill young Adam, because if young Adam doesn't exist, old Adam doesn't exist. Especially because we found out that Maya actually killed Laura. Or at least so we thought, because all of a sudden, here she comes to save the day. Clearly Adam is shocked too. He's like, what in all the fuck? How are you still alive? So apparently she was jumping time too. And somehow in between all that, she was actually following Adam. Now I'm not sure how she was supposed to have died, but Adam believes she was done deal dead as shit. So they go to this remote spot where apparently she's been hiding out for the last 4 years. And apparently young Adam's got to go for a walk, because he ends up giving her the business. So apparently the thing was he came back for her, but she's telling him he's got to destroy the time machine that his dad created. But if he does, he's not sure if he's ever going to be able to see Laura again. Now my thing is, if his dad created a time machine, he's already dead, what does Maya want with Adam? Next thing you know, Tachi and the squad is on the trail. He found their location. Then she tells Adam he's got to get out of here, get his ship, and find a way to destroy the time machine. So because Adam's stomach is still badly bruised up and his DNA is all crisscrossed, he has to take younger Adam to help him fly the plane. But he can't force him to do it, but the thing is, he's going back to 2018 to actually find his dad before he dies. So apparently his dad didn't die in a car accident. Maya actually killed him. But why? So young Adam says, fuck that, I want to see my dad, I'm with you. Oh no, Maya's got Laura cornered. Is she about to be done deal out in these streets? Because you know she ain't going to tell her where Adam is. Adam gets the ship going and they out of there. Laura sees Adam's ship's leaving. And then we get the dramatic music, you know that can't be good. Damn it, Laura's about to be done deal dead as shit. After they finish her off, they chase after the Adams. But Adam makes another time loop and gets away. Now we're in the year 2018. And then we see Adam's dad, Lewis, give it a lecture about science and particles and all that shit. Then Adam shouts out the answer to one of his questions. And for some strange reason, he knew exactly who he was right off the bat. But how? So they all meet up, and he tries to tell his dad to stop building the time machine without telling him how to build the time machine, or without telling him his future, or something like that. They go to a motel and hash out their issues. He's trying to figure out how the hell all this time travel's happening in the first place, how talking to their future selves can alter the time length, you know, some Back to the Future shit. And he makes some excellent points of which I was trying to make earlier. I ain't gonna lie, the whole time travel equivalent had me kind of confused, but not really. Basically just reflecting on how time travel goes. I've seen a bunch of other movies with it, but it's like, okay. Meanwhile, back at Maya's corporation, future Maya's talking to her other self, and they're trying to find a way to stop Adam. See, the thing is, Maya found out the time theory from Lewis actually worked, and apparently she spent millions of dollars into his funding. But when he didn't agree to certain terms, she was the one that ended up having Lewis killed. So in the future, she ended up killing Lewis and Laura? Damn, you really ain't shit. This futuristic time travel stuff. Yes, before you say anything, they do make references to Terminator. I was surprised they didn't make any Back to the Future references. Later on, both of the Adams have a little heart-to-heart about why they hate their dad, but they really don't hate him. They think to themselves it's better to be angry than to be sad. Then we get this scene where Lewis actually tried to stay home, because apparently he works all the time. But considering the situation, he wants to be home with his family. But of course, Ellie doesn't know the situation, and she's gotta go to work. Back at Maya's corporation, the Adams are gonna shut it down once and for all. Young Adams got some gadgets to help him out, but they didn't know it was an ambush. And just when more of the cavalry's about to come, somebody rams him in the ambush. Turns out it was Lewis to come through and save Adams' life. Of course, they didn't know he was gonna show up, but hey. Good job, Lewis. But as it turns out, they're actually going to need him there. One, to get past security, and two, use his retina scan to be able to get to the accelerator. That's right, Adam. Thank your dad. So now they get to the room where all the magic happens. So basically, destroying the entire room won't do shit. You gotta destroy the hard drive. So either destroy it right or get it done, or if they fuck up in any possible way, it'll annihilate all living creatures within a 100-yard radius. Within 100 miles, so yeah, that can't be good. But then Maya and future Maya come down to stop them. They want the hard drive. Obviously, Adam's not gonna give it a hard drive. So then she threatens to kill young Adam. But then I'm thinking to myself, has she done this before, future Adam wouldn't even exist right now. So she really didn't even really need Adam. But then I'm thinking to myself, she knows Lewis, she was working with him on the project. I'm pretty sure she knew something about the hard drive then. It's not like she needed him to get inside the room. So why didn't she just threaten Lewis? I'm baffled, but at the same time, this is an action movie too, so I ain't gonna think too much about it. But that's what I do, you know what I'm saying? Try to figure this shit out. Anyway, young Adam makes a rash decision, ends up kicking the gun out of her hand. She ends up shooting a generator. The electromagnetic seal has been compromised, which means anything of steel or metal is being pulled towards the generator. Adam ends up getting Tachi to business. He was kicking Adam's ass at first. Then he sees the door being pulled apart, throws him into it. Done deal, dead as shit, Tachi. Maya picks up the gun, she about to finish niggas off. She ends up shooting. The bullet in slow motion, but then all of a sudden it's curving because it's being attracted to the thing. And it spins around. And ends up hitting younger Maya, which means older Maya is not about to exist no more. They done deal. Dead as shit. You just offed yourself, you damn dummy. You got finished. The end of yous. And of course they gotta make it out in time before the whole shit blows up. They get through the door just in the nick of time. Yeah, no sweat, right? They go back home and play a good old game of catch. But as they're doing that, the Adams just suddenly disappear. Adam's back at his timeline showing his mom Ellie some appreciation. Last thing we see is older Adam at a science meeting. And to his surprise, Laura does show up in the classroom. Everything's right with the world again. They held the classroom together, everything's happy-dappy, the end. So I did get confused with the time travel a little bit, but for the most part it was down packed. The Adam Project on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Look easy, all easy, mister. How big? You got him slogan.